Well, hello all. This is Phil here. As some of you might know, coming winter solstice, which is the 21st of December this year, an hour after sundown, myself and a couple of my friends from the Church of the Left-Hand Path will be performing Anton Lavey's The Statement of Shaitan and Wordless Rite of Dedication. I wanted to share with everybody a little bit of the context. The way Anton Lavey's book, The Satanic Rituals, is written, for each ceremony and ritual, that chapter is preceded by some context about the ritual and where it comes from. So I thought I would read select passages to share and help everyone better understand the background. Okay? So let us begin. This is the context for the Statement of Shaitan and Wordless Rite of Dedication. Too true, too soon, might be the closing statement of the little band of heretics who survived 8 centuries of cruel Christian and Muslim persecution, the Yazidis. From their Mecca, the tomb of their first leader, Sheikh Adi, situated on Mount Lalesh, near the ancient city of Nineveh, the Yazidis empire stretched in an invisible band approximately 300 miles wide to the Mediterranean junction of Turkey and Syria on one end, and the mountains of Caucasus in Russia on the other. At intervals along this strip were 7 towers, the towers of Satan, Ziras. 6 of them trapezoidal in form, and one, the center, on Mount Lalesh, shaped like a sharp, fluted point. Each tower was topped by a brilliant heliographic reflector and was intended to serve as a powerhouse from whence a satanic magician could beam his will to the descendants of Adam and influence human events in the outside world. Like the Watchers, the fallen angels of the Book of Enoch, the Yazidis claimed to be descendants of Azazel. The Yazidis believed in a counterpart of the story of Lucifer, i.e., the manifestation of pride banished. Like the legendary lost tribes of Israel, the Yazidis broke away from their roots as a result of unresolved conflicts, and felt a strong justification and purpose because of their unique heritage, which theologically isolated them from all other peoples. Shortly before Sheikh Adi died in 1163, he dictated what was to become one of the most legendary manuscripts of all time, the Al-Jilwa Revelations. The Al-Jilwa, combined with Mashaf Rez, which was compiled in the following century, became known as the Black Book, the word spoken by Satan to his people. The Black Book not only contains the credo of the Yazidi, but their rites as well. The Yazidis entered their temples through portals bearing the images of a lion, snake, double-sided axe, man, comb, scissors, and mirror. The lion represented strength and dominion, the snake, procreation, the axe, potential for good or harm, the man, the god, and the comb, scissors, and a mirror represented pride. But greater, as a symbol of pride, however, was the form taken by Satan in the Yazidi liturgy, the peacock. Because they could not utter the name of Satan, Shaitan, for fear of persecution, the name Melek Taos, Peacock King, was used. So great was the risk of outside persecution that even words that sounded vaguely like the name Satan were forbidden. Each time an important Yazidi ritual was to take place, a brazen figure of a peacock, called a sanjak, was removed from a secret hiding place by a priest and carried to the temple. It was placed on a pedestal around which a running spring of water played into a small pool. This served as the shrine and icon toward which homage was directed. The water supposedly came from an underground stream which flows through subterranean caverns in a network opening under each tower of Satan. The point of origin of these streams was thought to be the miraculous well of Islam, known as Zamzam. The caverns supposedly terminated at a place of the masters, Shambhala, also called Carcosa. The Yazidi interpretation of God was in the pure Satanic tradition. The idea, so prominent in Greek philosophy, that God is an existence absolute and complete in himself, unchangeable, outside of time and space, did not exist in Yazidi theology. Also rejected was the theocratic Judaic concept of Jehovah, and also the Mohammedan God, the absolute ruler. The notion, unique to Christians, that God is Christ-like in character, was totally absent. If there was any semblance of a personal manifestation of God, it was through Satan, who instructed and guided the Yazidi toward an understanding of the multifaceted principles of creation, much like the Platonic idea that the Absolute was itself static and transcendental. This concept of God is essentially the position taken by the more highly evolved Satanists. Prayer was forbidden in the strictest Satanic tradition. Even daily expressions of faith were referred to as recitals. Fewer had glimpsed the sacred Sanjaks or seen the manuscript of the Black Book, for they were carefully guarded from the descendants of Adam, whose progeny had filled the world with mindless clay. Only 4 texts of the Black Book exist, other than the original. One is in Arabic, called the Karshuni text. 2 are in Syriac, with respective French and Italian translations, and the Church of Satan's present text, translated from the Arabic manuscript of Daoud as-Sa'id by Isyad Joseph. By now the Yazidis have largely been absorbed into the world of those without, but their influence has taken effect. That influence has been manifest throughout Satanism's underground period, in the procedures of virtually every secret brotherhood since the Knights Templar, and in countless literary works. Now, after the often tragic epic of the Yazidis has become history, it is safe to pronounce the dread name. The statement of Shaitan and wordless rite of dedication begins 1 hour after sunset. Winter Solstice 2014. Thank you very much for listening. This is Phil.